All right, good morning. This is a great introduction to a new way to look at paying for school through the arts and making it almost close to being free. And this came from a dream, but I realized that the same algorithm and pattern can be implemented in different um, areas in the country, in different areas of the education system, the professional system, and everything. But so in the dream, I went back to college. I went back to the art institute, and it was dorm rooms, but the dorm rooms were really, really cool. They were really kind of nice. They were designed by the people there, so it had this great artistic fluidity to it. The dorm rooms themselves were inspirational and got you excited about going to school there. It was really cool. The kitchen was really beautiful. It had like these sleek red cabinets, which isn't my style, but then when I looked at it, I was like, wow, this is actually cool. So it's cool how your imagination can kind of show you new design and things like that. Um, and I was really excited because the kitchen was like a kitchen setup, so you could cook and you're inspired to cook and everything, and that kind of triggered that part of it. But today's March 23rd, the protest for going to Washington and demonstrating against gun violence. I can't wait for that, so I got to get this video out there real quick. Um, and um, the music inspires, guys. The music is alive. The creativity is alive. Got Jimi Hendrix spinning right now, which is great. And but what I want to say too, I want to explain this as fast as I can because I want to get going. I'm excited for this protest. But a new school system, a new college that can be introduced to this country. Whereas, if I can explain it um, for the art students, each class you go to, it's almost like a school is being paid because you're actually working for the final projects and you're working for the school system itself. Because if you have a class, let's just, for example, it's an industrial design class where you have to, it's about product design. And at the very end of the class, you would have gone through the creative process and the professional process to work together as a group, as a company, to put out a proposal for a new product that can actually be implemented into society you put all your problem solving skills. So the result of the class is something that is going to become reality. And then it's an achievement for the class. And, you do all the brainstorming together. The point is you have like the ultimate project. You have the end project of the class. You kind of give that idea in the beginning of the class. Okay, this is what we're going to be working on, and this is the goal, and we're going to make this. It's going to become something real. But meanwhile, in the class, you're still kind of taking those small offshoots of, okay, these are the skills we need. We'll work on these skills and develop your skills as we go. But this is still the end result. And then at the end, too, like even on the professional level, the professors who are the experts in the profession, they kind of refine, they put a little refinement to the process, they put the professionalism, and they get the people to do the proposals and everything to put the products out there. And it even comes a competition amongst the schools around the country to get that excitement going and generating. So in a way, so that's how, and then the money from the product going out there and the return and the income from that product goes back to the school, which also helps pay for the people and the students. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're working for the college. It feels like you're doing it for free, but you're not. But you're also paying for college as you do it. So that's the coolest part about this whole thing. Um, and then you also have the small classes. Here's what's cool. You're like, well, how do we pay for the teachers and the supplies and the materials and everything? Well, you have all those core classes, right? You have like the math classes, the science classes, the literature classes that are required in the curriculum. So I think a lot of that should come out of pocket from a lot of the people. Um, but what you're actually and essentially doing is actually paying for the pay raises you're paying for the salary of the teacher, you're actually paying for the books. You're not overpaying for the books. You're paying for the supplies. Um, so you are. It's kind of like so you are. So that's how that part of the school is paid for. Is the you're paying for the salary. You're paying for the books. You're actually paying for what is being paid. You're not going through a secondary federal student loan or anything. This is kind of like, and there'll be opportunities too if you can afford to pay for those classes too. There'll be another option. But this is kind of how you work and how the system works and how the school system and funding works. And this can be implemented through colleges all across the country. No matter what, if you have something in the medical field, if you have, because we always have these studies, the goal is to get a job so you can be a researcher or study in this medical field or whatever. But if you have these classes where you're working together to kind of do a new study, so that the information can be put in a book, you're still working for the college that you're going there to learn and teach from each other. So this is really cool. I think it should be implemented. It will completely reduce all the nonsense taxes and the interest. It gets rid of all the unnecessary interest. And Sally Mae, goodbye. This is saying goodbye, Sally Mae, goodbye, Fannie Mae, because there's so many lawsuits out there. Anyway, but so this is, and then it gives them a chance to be okay. Well, maybe there's a cutoff point when we do reinvest into these schools, so the profit from those places, they don't go out of business. They can just put it into building these schools. You know what I mean? When we look at things, we got to stop making excuses for ourselves not to reinvest in something that is going to help people propel, and I mean propel us into the future, and building this country up. So the National Endowment of the Arts, it's kind of attacked by the Trump administration. It's me saying kind of like, well, you know what? We don't need that federal funding because us as a collective, we are the people that create these. We are the people that make the solutions. We are the people that create and invest. And this is the robustness of creativity at its best, because it also puts that extra element, because you are working and brainstorming with people. It gives that little bit of extra motivation, because holy, this is real, guys. Like, we kind of jumped into our career automatically. So you do the brainstorming, and it wants you to work together. It makes you stop being lazy in college, and actually implementing the best side of yourself, the best part of yourself. And it gets that teamwork, those team building exercises. And it also gives you the chance to, like, say, for example, for myself, I went to school for special effects, and I did a really great job. I got some of my things put in, like, the display case for special effects. Um, but seeing that some of the work that was involved and kind of the opportunities and stuff, I was like, I'm not really sure that special effects is the thing for me. So it gives, like, me the chance, and also the professors the chance, to say, listen, we really want you to continue taking these classes in this field, because we see these skills and assets for you to be in this class. So reconsider, um, or you can go on your path and continue taking these other classes. So it kind of gets us filtering, um, working with people on a very, very real level. Like, if they want you, they see the skills that maybe you haven't seen in yourself, or um, kind of where the professors kind of pick or see the skills and assets, and because it takes the intuition too. Like, man, you got those skills there. We really want you on board on this branch of the creative field. So it kind of creates this really cool competition for people to pick the best, or to pick their favorites, or to pick but it also gives a chance to for people who uh, want and dream to be in that, and also gives them another opportunity to build those skills and become the best of the best, become professionals, and to prove. It becomes an absolute proving ground that no matter where you come from or what skill sets you have, we're here to help you. We're here to make sure that you choose where you want to go, and we don't force you to get a degree in something because it's already too late to be in that degree, and you just wasted all this money, and you're kind of on edge, like, I wish I had gone back and done this, or you wish you had taken another field or trajectory in your profession. This kind of opens the doors and a whole new platform, for the educational system in the creative field. And again, there's just looking at this video really quick. This kind of scratches the surface of the model of how it is possible to go to school, to have school paid for, and it's almost free, and you're getting it is literally free because you are already in the job placement program, instead of having schools promise you job placements after you graduate and then saying, sorry, sayonara, go to California, that's all we can tell you, blah, blah, blah. It also comes, it gets recruiters from different companies coming to those schools more and watching the students work, so they can see the skills and assets. It can kind of be like almost, you can even make a reality TV show. I don't know. It goes beyond the imagination, guys. So the result of the classes is a project that legitimately goes into the professional field as a product, as an idea, as something that brings income back to the schools. And that's what I'm trying to say here. And that's how the funding comes, because the schools own this kind of umbrella corporation for the school system, but it goes into building the dorm rooms and building the schools themselves, or renovating places that can be transformed into new schools. And so that's kind of how that role model works, that platform works.
Are you getting ready?
Yeah. Oh.
It's 9:20.
Okay.
10:20.
Okay. So we have time constraints. My mom, she's excited to go to this. I'm really happy for her too, because it's the first time she's going to a protest, and this is a cool opportunity to share with my mom too. She's got the T-shirt and everything, and we were supposed to go up to DC. We couldn't make it, so we're going to do a local protest. And this a friend of mine, he said something great. This isn't quite much a protest as much as it is. He's going up to Washington, but it is bringing respect to Washington. It's like all the people coming to Washington, and we're bringing respect to a place that needs respect. And I absolutely love that way of thinking. That is a very a strong-willed way of thinking, and so I can't wait, guys. I'm gonna post this and put it up there again. This school system and everything is possible. Putting it under a new name, and instead of the Art Institute, we got to call it something. This is me patenting the idea and non-disclosure agreement, all the legal between the lines and everything in this video, saying this is Chad S. and saying that this is a new plan for new education system, because the creative mind, cultivating the creative mind in a way that becomes very nurturing and competitive and professional all at the same time, meanwhile paying for our intuition, or not intuition, paying for our student loans, paying for our student loans. It's possible. It's quite possible. And here we are. We get dragged down in the dirt paying these student loans for life, but it's not even necessary, because and so this is like the sharpshooting video. I hope this is under. I gotta name the school. This idea belongs to me. It goes to me and my family, and the earnings and everything too. But I still want to continue to make sure that this goes forward, because you can look at every problem that could arise from this, and then take the same model that I just explained and apply it to that model, where everything's voted for by the people, by the needs, by the teachers, and everything like that. So. And this makes sure that the professors and stuff, they get paid. It makes people want to be in those professions. It's the incentive and everything. So so that's, I just need to probably if I'll come up with a name here, but that's up to my family and stuff too. That I guess I got to get input from them. But this is the video for a newfound educational system that exasperates and excites the imagination. This is a school that excites the imaginations and the dreams of American people. So it goes for a large portion of it, and it goes into the arts, it goes into the medical field, it goes into just about every field out there. Just about every field out there when you think about it. It kind of caters to your own individual wants and needs, and that's the way this world should. I think this world should work. So, um, much love, guys. I just got to say something too, just for the tail end of this video. I can re-edit it later. There's this whole, just for my own sake and purposes. I plan to be alive and well in the professional field in the future. But I was told, even with this demonstration, um, there's this schizophrenia that I have. I guess I got to put this video out just to prove for myself that I was told or is implied that I was going to get shot. If I go to this, it's like you standing up to that I was going to get shot and everything. Um, and um, and that actually just comes from a dream that I had too, like a couple days ago too. So that fear kind of gets put in there a little bit. Um, but so that's not going to happen. If it does happen, then it kind of proves that wasn't schizophrenic and um, um, but more so. But what I realized this morning too is what the schizophrenia, or you hear voices from like um, people say it's military technology, it's mind control and everything. But the thing that they keep telling me that I don't quite understand is that a movie they keep saying a movie about you, a movie about you. Yes, I want to write a movie, but it was never about me. Um, so that part I never understood. But you know what? If we keep moving forward, if there's a tragedy, it was probably coordinated by the same people that are trying to like inspire that very part of me. But I'm gonna have to go back and maybe edit this out because it's useless. Because I think even those people, on a very deep level, do care, and they are smart enough and bright enough to know that this is all in for a great cause, and there's no need. Uh, Paranoia's got to go. It's just got to go. And there's even a greater story. The part about that story is it's required for me to be there to tell the coolest part of the story, and humor is a great part of it. Humor and wit is the part that is going to set us free. So much love, guys. I got to go. I can't wait. Much respect for everybody out there in Washington and all around the country, because this is the time to be alive, guys. This is the beauty in life and creativity, and for us to stand up. The new generation is on the rise, and we got to listen to all generations to make this work. All right. Much love, guys. Peace.